welcome back to Mitú Daily. I'm Jenny.
And I'm Alejandro. And it's been a nice day. Happy, October and stuff. And
Brother,
we had some fun.
Cállate. Let's get into it.
All right, fine. All right, first story. So, sister, there are some things you can just never let go.
Damn, who hurt you, brother?
Funny enough, it's not about me. It's about Mexico's first woman president, Claudia Sheinbaum, and how she refused to invite King Felipe of Spain to her inauguration.
Damn, that's a pretty big moment, to not be a part of. Why did he get snubbed?
It's not what he did. It's what he didn't do.
I've been there.
Yeah. well, that's for another time. But he's failed to apologize for the crimes committed against Mexico's indigenous people during the conquest 500 years ago. So, La Presidenta was like, you're not getting the RSVP, homeboy.
I mean, I'd have to agree with her, brother. The least this man could do is apologize.
The least.
It's like, this is your people.
Your people.
It's your people.
Your people.
Your people did this to our indigenous people. You know what I mean? And we need some closure. We are the product.
Y el King Felipe, muy calladito. So, yeah, he didn't get the RSVP. And so Spain was like, you know what? You don't want to invite the head honcho? We're pulling everybody out. No one else from Spain attended the inauguration.
Damn. This is like that family drama that happened 20 years ago. And people are still talking about it. There's still beef, but it's important beef. It lingers.
But it's as the new generation, wouldn't you be the bigger person? Hey, you know what? I know it was beef before, with our other families.
Yeah.
Let's squash the beef. But I guess King Felipe is just waiting for, I don't know who he's waiting for to make the first move.
It's ego, brother.
Damn. Just freaking colonizers. Imagine being in a 57-year relationship and then one night your partner leaves and they marry someone in Vegas.
That's heartbreaking.
So essentially that's what's happening to the city of Oakland. Not only did they lose their baseball team, right? The Raiders went to Vegas in 2019. Beautiful stadium, by the way.
Yeah.
And now their beloved Oakland A's are headed to Sin City as well.
Damn.
Rest in peace to Tropicana, because that's where they're going to build it, supposedly, the stadium.
Oh, yeah. No wonder. I saw the construction last time I went by, and I was wondering, what is it? And the taxi driver was telling me, I don't know why they're building that shit. He said, I don't know. Yeah, the taxi driver, he's like, I don't know why they're building that shit. It's going to cause so much congestion.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, if the traffic is bad in Vegas right now, can you imagine if they built a stadium there?
Yeah,
Crazy.
Dude. But yeah, they keep losing all their teams.
Yeah, I mean, poor fans getting ghosted from the same shorty is wild as fuck.
Seriously, man. So the recent A's move hasn't set well with fans, I guess, in both cities, right? Oakland and Vegas, as they blame the move on billionaire owner John Fisher, who fans say skyrocketed ticket prices and traded away good players. So he was intentionally making the team unwatchable.
But really though, brother, what I don't understand is why are all these teams moving to Las Vegas?
Well, sister, I think there's only one word here.
Hookers?
No, money. So I guess they finally accepted Vegas and all the baggage that comes with it.
Well, brother, I don't know about all these teams moving to Vegas, pro athletes, gambling and strip clubs. And I can see the TMZ headlines already.
Un desmadre for sure.
Un desmadre, it's a party. I feel for those wholesome sports fans in Oakland. They're losing their squad, brother. What do they look up to? What does Oakland have now?
I don't know, sister, but if you remember a few months ago, even In-N-Out left Oakland.
This is true. Everybody
nobody... What's going on over there?
I don't know. I heard people are stealing luggages straight out of cars.
And that's why they're moving. Hey, man, the luggage out of cars getting crazy.
When I went to Napa there, the taxi driver told me there's no way in hell we're going through Oakland. They're going to steal all the luggages out of the car. Oh. And I'm like, really? They're legit scared to go through there. I don't know. That's what he told me, but sabe.
Well, I mean, Oakland, hold on to the Warriors, even though they're not really in Oakland anymore. Pero you guys got this. Maybe sports will go back. I don't know.
Well, prayers for the Oakland homies.
New York's public enemy #1 is about to meet its match.
You talking about Eric Adams, really?
Ese güey no, but yeah, that too. Nah, sister, I'm talking about its infamous rap problem.
Oh, this is true.
Oh, you lived over there?
Yeah, brother. They're huge. They're the size of Charles.
Damn. All right, well, this is me crazy because under a plan approved by the city's council, contraceptive pellets will be placed in special rat-accessible traps.
They're giving the rats Plan B?
Yeah, man. They don't got to go to CVS or nothing. They just go on these little...
What the heck?
They get their RX and they on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So starting next year, the creatures will eat their way to a lower birth rate.
They're putting the cheese, or how does it work?
I don't know, but apparently the city plans to deliver the sweet-tasting birth control using special containers. Furthermore, the contraceptive is reportedly not harmful to other animals.
So you're telling me rats in NYC will get universal birth control before women do?
That's America, baby.
That's
New
crazy.
York, yeah. Cafes in California just got a whole lot louder.
Louder or louder?
Louder. Yeah.
How?
Louder. The second was this. So marijuana dispensaries in California will be allowed to sell food and non-alcoholic beverages and even host live events on their premises. And it's giving real Amsterdam vibes out there, you know?
Oh, so you're telling me people will be able to re-up the stash?
Check.
Grab food?
Mm-hmm.
And possibly watch a live show at the same damn time?
Yes, sister, at the same damn time.
Hey.
And this is all thanks to Governor Gavin Newsom, who signed the bill that paved the way for full-scale pot lounges in the state. Supporters say that this will help revive California's nightlife and increase profits for the state's heavily taxed and regulated cannabis shops.
Sounds like he knows his priorities.
Mm-hmm.
So you think dispensaries are about to be like the new hangout spot? Like, cause
I mean, it's a
I
lounge.
can see comedy shows going crazy.
Bro, the comedy shows, when you're like high, you just hit a whole different, like, so I was in Vegas and I had like an edible and all like the jokes were landing, bro. Like, they're like, my homie's like, bro, they weren't that funny, but like, I could tell you were like on a whole other level.
On a good one.
Yeah, but you know.
That's funny, brother.
So I'm down for this.
Literally.
Anyways, the law will go into effect January 1st, 2025, pending approvals from local governments. And if that's the case, I don't think I'm gonna get one where I live because they're fucking boring.
Really, you guys got Six Flags though.
That's all. More flags, more fun, but we don't get cannabis.
That's how you guys get high.
Oh yeah, the
The
adrenaline.
roller coasters.
We get high on life.
On life.
How about you guys? Do you think your city will get it?
Probably not. They don't even allow fireworks in West Covina.
Well, somewhere in California will get them. Hopefully.
We'll see. Okay, this sounds like a movie. Our next guest planned a trip to her homeland of Guatemala and met the man of her dreams during the trip. It's been 2 years since the fateful trip, and she recently posted a video on social media that went viral. We saw it and we had to talk to her about it. Welcome to the show, Isabella Andreoni. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We've been trying to reach out to you and we're so glad that like we finally were able to, and you know, you're here with us. So what inspired you to plan your solo trip to Guatemala?
Yeah, I feel like it was a culmination of a lot of different things. There were like two main reasons that really pushed me to do it. I had been working for this place for 2 years, and I felt like my job got to the point where it kind of consumed all aspects of my life. And so June of 2022, I decided to step away from my position, and I had no plan set in place. Didn't know what my next steps would be. But I started traveling, and I had a few trips planned with some friends, and I've been fortunate enough to travel a lot throughout my life, amazing. But I realized I've never done a solo trip. So it got me thinking, and I was born in Guatemala, but I was adopted as a baby, and I grew up here in the US. And I've only been back one other time since my adoption in 2019. So I decided what better place to go on my first solo trip than to Guatemala. So I booked a trip, I booked my flight, and you know, a few days into the trip is when I met my now boyfriend. And I would have never imagined the trip to play out the way it did. But
wow. No, I bet you couldn't have imagined. That's crazy. So you went solo and you're like, now
now not so solo.
Not so solo, exactly. Can you tell us about like your first encounter with the tour guide Manuel, and was there an instant connection?
Yes. So it was really such a whirlwind. I wouldn't say it was love at first sight, but it was pretty close to it. I'm not going to lie. He was my tour guide. So we were in a group of about 7 other travelers from Germany, from Italy, me being clearly Guatemalan looking, but sounds super American. And I think that kind of piqued his interest from the beginning, because as a lot of people do, he started speaking to me in Spanish, and my Spanish is not so great. So I kind of had to explain a little bit of my life story with him, as I do with a lot of people when they start speaking Spanish to me. And I felt like for the first time in my life, this person was honestly just genuinely curious about my story and didn't pass any judgment on me for why I didn't speak Spanish, even though I was born in Guatemala. And I think looking back, that was definitely a moment where I knew I had met someone special, because like I said, it was the first time in my life, especially from a male that was just, you know, accepting for who I am and the circumstances for the way my life had played out, and I had no control over that. In the moment, I don't think I realized how much effect that would have on me. But, you know, now that we're 2 years together, I think back to the moment where I knew, and that's the moment I always go back to.
Aww. So you felt like you could be like yourself. Like you didn't have to put up a front or nothing, or worry about him judging you.
Exactly.
That's so important in a relationship. What led you to share your love story on social media? Like, because, you know, it was 2 years, right? And then it was like, oh, like, I want to share my story. Like, what, like, inspired you to share?
Yeah, I feel like I'm an open book, you know, whether we're in person or even online on Instagram, TikTok, whatever the platform is. I try and be super vulnerable, because when I first started posting, it was mainly about my experience being adopted from Guatemala. And in such a short amount of time, so many people reached out saying that they feel similarly, or they've had a similar experience, and they're happy they can have someone to relate to, because I feel like Guatemalan adoptees is such a niche community, and there's not really a lot of representation for people with our experience in mainstream media. And I picked up on that very quickly. And so I just continued to posting about my journey. And then, you know, as also time went on, Manuel became part of my journey. And so it was really easy for me to continue to just post those, you know, little moments in our relationship and whatnot.
For sure. No, that's crazy. I mean, the whole thing, it's like, would you recommend, like, you'd recommend like women that like are very like, you know, I want to start something new, and would you recommend them taking a solo trip?
Oh my God. I tell everyone, like, if you have not had the chance to do a solo trip, try and make that happen. When you solo travel, it pushes you to be comfortable with a lot of the things that you're uncomfortable with. And it pushes you outside of those boundaries. It teaches you to advocate for yourself. And the biggest thing I took away was being comfortable with my own company. That was something I always struggled with. I always felt like I had to have plans on a Friday night. Like, God forbid I stayed in alone and just watched a movie by myself. That was something that really scared me. And now I'm the complete opposite. Like,
really? You love your solitude.
I love my solitude.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think the more we get older, it starts to like you love being alone.
Yeah.
You know? You start to realize that, right? So now you're like a long distance couple. How do you guys make it work?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Like, how do you guys make it work?
I will always say being in a long distance relationship is not for the weak, but to me it was all worth it, because you know, we just shared such a special connection, and I figured if it's meant to be, it will be. And now we're 2 years in and we're still going strong.
Really?
Yeah, so
that's good. I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
That's amazing. And how does he feel like? And if you guys have any plans for the future, you know?
We're constantly planning what the next thing we get to do together is. Last holiday season, we decided to raise money for one of the villages in the town that he's from.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
This coming holiday season, we're doing the same thing when I go to visit him for Christmas.
That's amazing. It sounds like you guys like have the same kind of like the same interests.
Yeah.
Like, you guys very similar. You guys are very similar.
I think so. And we definitely have our differences.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
But I think the things we care most about and like our values were so similar. And I've never had that before with someone. So yeah, I love him.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God, you give me hope. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I kind of want to take a trip now.
I think you
see
should.
What happens.
I think you should.
I want to just roll the dice. See where I go. Thank you so much, Isabella.
Of course.
For both of them. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. And where can people find you on social media and keep up with the foundation?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and TikTok at i.andreoni. I post a lot on my TikTok specifically about my adoption story and about the community work my boyfriend and I do. So you can check it out if you want to get involved.
That's awesome. Thank you so much,
Of
Isabella.
course. Thank
Yay.
you.
Thank you.
Hola amigos de mitú Daily, hoy los estudios se visten de gala para recibir a uno de los pioneros del rock en español, Pato, guitarrista y fundador de la banda mexicana Maldita Vecindad.
¿Qué tal?
Bienvenido, cuéntame, ¿cuándo llegaste a LA?
Apenas estamos llegando ayer, ¿no? Pero ya desde hoy en la mañana estamos aquí haciendo presencia.
¿Sabes que gran parte de nuestra audiencia no había nacido cuando Maldita Vecindad
No lo sé.
ya estaba dejando su rastro, ¿no? en el rock en español?
¿Qué nos acabas de decir que somos? ¿Qué?
No, nada que ver. Pero sabes que desde la fundación de Maldita Vecindad en 1985 hasta ahorita,
Sí.
¿qué crees que es lo mejor y lo peor que le ha pasado al rock en español?
Pues yo creo que lo mejor es que primero se haya globalizado, ¿no? Yo creo que gracias a los medios de comunicación, pues yo creo que eso ha acercado mucho a nuestras culturas, ¿no? Y eso ha afirmado también precisamente, pues muchas de las cosas que veníamos diciendo en ese entonces, para empezar a comunicarnos en nuestro idioma, ¿no? Que refleja nuestra propia cultura, ¿no? Yo creo que eso se ha expandido y pues yo creo que ahora podemos comunicarnos digitalmente de una manera mucho más rápida, ¿no? Y de esa manera nos hemos acercado principalmente a las nuevas generaciones. Y los fans que en su momento iban, cuando estaban jóvenes, chavos, ¿no? Como decimos también, era nuestro público, ahora son sus hijos, ¿no?
Sí.
Entonces encontramos generaciones en los conciertos ahora que se han estado también circulando, ¿no?
Van con sus papás.
Sí, hombre, luego hasta con el abuelito y eso está increíble. Y pues algo que lamentaría sería, pues que también hay como medios de comunicación pues mucho más grandes que no promueven necesariamente esto, ¿no? Y algo que sí nosotros no estamos nada de acuerdo es que se promueva la violencia, que haga apología de discriminación, ¿no? De homofobia, etcétera, ¿no? Y estamos bastante llenos como de un mundo muy violento como para que nosotros a través de las canciones lo sigamos promoviendo, ¿no?
Ok, Pato, hablando de la homofobia, hay una teoría que dice que Maldita Vecindad son viajeros del futuro.
¿Por qué?
Ustedes sacaron en 1989 una canción que se llama Rafael.
Exactamente.
Que cuenta la historia de una persona trans. O sea, eso, nadie hablaba de eso en ese entonces. Nadie salía del closet. Cuéntanos, ¿usaron el DeLorean? ¿Llamaron al Dr. Brown? ¿O qué pedo?
No, pues no, ojalá, ¿no? También. No, yo creo que nosotros siempre hemos sido como cronistas, ¿no? Componemos colectivamente, es decir, que entre todos, no sé si seamos la única banda que lo hace, pero filmamos letra y música Maldita Vecindad, ¿no? De esa manera, por ejemplo, en el ensayo, alguien llegaba con algo que había visto en la calle y de repente empezaba a contarla y luego el otro llegaba yo llego con la guitarra y sobre eso nos contábamos historias. Dentro de eso lo que quisimos también era pues contar pues una historia, ¿no? Ahí que habla de amor o de desamor entre una pareja homosexual, ¿no? Y en su momento, fíjate que pues yo creo que no la entendían muy bien, ¿no? Qué era lo que estábamos contando, porque como que no era usual, ¿no? Que en su momento nadie tocara esos temas porque eran tabú. Esta canción ya tiene pues como cerca de 30 años, fíjate que nosotros la hicimos, y pues precisamente era como visibilizar una forma distinta de amar.
Ahora vamos a cambiar un poquito de tema y queremos hablar un poquito del pachuquismo. ¿Qué fue primero, el rock and roll o el pachuquismo?
No, yo creo que el pachuquismo, ¿no? Que fue precisamente un movimiento contracultural que nació en la posguerra, ¿no? En la frontera de México con Estados Unidos. Hubo un incidente en Sleepy Lagoon también que eso desencadenó una represión hacia todos los pachucos, ¿no? Que tenía una forma de expresarse, digamos, con distintas influencias, entre ellos toda la cultura afroamericana, a través del baile, a través de la forma de vestirse, ¿no?
Así como tú.
Como Cap Calloway, por ejemplo, que también tenía como este tipo de vestimenta. Entonces era una forma de rebeldía, de decir, yo no estoy en este sistema que a mí me oprime. Hay una película que se llama Sud Sud, de Luis Valdés, que yo creo que hay que verla, porque ahí vamos a entender mucho la contracultura del pachuquismo, ¿no?
Dicen que, por ahí hay una teoría, dice que el rock está muerto. ¿Qué piensas de los jóvenes que endiosan a un Bad Bunny o a un Peso Pluma en vez de a un Gustavo Cerati o a un Enrique Bunbury, por ejemplo? Por citar algunos.
Sí. Uy, pues mira, yo creo que vivimos un momento precisamente donde estamos mejor conectados, pero no mejor comunicados, ¿no?
Okay.
Y de hecho, lo que han hecho mucho las redes sociales, precisamente, yo creo que inmovilizar intelectualmente a la gente, ¿no? Entonces, sí, yo también creo, como hace ratito dije, que estoy totalmente en contra de los mensajes donde cosifican, por ejemplo, a la mujer, ¿no? Donde cosifican las relaciones, ¿no? Y el ritmo ya es lo de menos, ¿no? Entonces,
contenido.
Sí, sino el contenido. Si ves, por ejemplo, los videos que hacen muchos de estos grupos, pues cosifican precisamente las relaciones humanas, cosifican mucho a la mujer, ¿no? Creemos que tiene que ser lo contrario totalmente, ¿no? A mí, por ejemplo, de lo que me gusta de los corridos tumbados, es como la novedad musical, ¿no? Y sí creo que hay grandes músicos, hay grandes formas, hay como...
¿Es una fusión?
Sí, sí, y que retrata de una otra manera su propia localidad, su propia cultura, ¿no? Y también hay que diferenciarlo, ¿no? Porque luego sí hay canciones que no tocan esos temas, que te digo que son como muy lamentables, pero que yo creo que hay formas culturales también musicales que me gustan. A mí me gusta mucho la música de fusión, ¿no?
Vamos a pasar a una parte más light, más desmadre, más cotorreo. Vamos a hacer un cuestionario chilango.
Ok.
Pero sabemos que eres chilango de pura cepa. Ok. ¿Es verdad que el bolillo quita el susto?
Pues al menos te distrae.
Okay. ¿Cómo decir que eres chilango sin decir que eres chilango?
¿Qué tranza, mañiz?
¿Qué tranza?
¿Qué transita por tus venas?
¿Qué transito? Ok. ¿La torta ahogada es mejor que la torta de tamal?
No. Absolutamente no.
Ok, ahora vamos con la polémica. ¿La quesadilla lleva queso?
Si soy chilango, sí. Lleva. O no.
Depende. 3 cosas que solamente hacen los chilangos.
Desayunar este tipo de cosas que son como la torta de chilaquiles. Ajá. Con un atole que tiene masa, que es una bebida, ¿no?
Sí, yo sé cuál.
Y luego echarte una Coca-Cola.